24th of February. I'm here with Jennifer Upham, and we're going to have our second update on the preparations for the March TV show. So I've got the TV show brief in front of us here to refer to. So, before half term, you found 5 songs, didn't you, about the theme of money, and then you picked I Need a Dollar as your chosen song, and then you formed a band, didn't you? Okay. So the people in your band are yourself on keys, yeah? And who's your vocalist? Shaquille Gregory, yeah? And you've got Jared Salthouse on guitar, and then myself on drums, or percussion. So that fits the brief there. So you've explored the ideas for your performing arts work, and now you start to develop the ideas for your performing arts work, okay? So we just had a little chat about arrangement earlier on today, didn't we? So you might want to think about arrangement ideas as well. When you come to your song, if you encounter any difficulties, or if it's too long, if there's any expletives in there, or if Shaquille mentioned, I'll let him talk to you about this in more depth, but he had some issues about the middle 8 in his song. But I'll let you discuss that with him. I don't want to control the basis of your band. Actually, you're in charge of me here, because I'm your drummer. So if I'm not drumming, you kick me out of the band and get someone else to do it, yeah? That's how it works. So this is bringing us nicely on to number 4 on the TV show brief, the band leader role, okay? So not only do you have the role of keyboard player in the band, so you have a individual musical role whereby you have to actually play the keyboard, but you have an additional role on top of that as the band leader to oversee things and make sure everyone's pulling the weight and turning up on time, being punctual, showing a positive attitude, being respectful to others, being reliable in the practical activities. So, in your own words, whereabouts do you think you're up to as the band leader?
Just getting everyone to rehearse and not get everyone together and stuff.
So have you had any full rehearsals yet?
No.
No, but what have you done to prepare for those rehearsals?
Well, I think about it.
Is that it? And you've also changed the key a bit, haven't you? That makes it easier for the guitarist. It makes it easier for yourself. It's in the key of C or A minor. So there's no black notes there to worry about. The only thing you have to check is with Shaquille to see if it's suitable for his vocals. Now, I had a rehearsal with him a couple of days before half term, and it went quite well. So this technically is me feeding back to you as the member of. So I'm not the tutor role at the moment. I'm the drummer role. So I had a rehearsal with Shaquille, and I thought he could sing it in this key. He had a bit of a cold on the day, and still managed to do it. It was a nice key for it, so it was nice and high for the register. So it wasn't too high where it was straining, but it wasn't too low where there wasn't enough power. I think it was right for him. And normally I won't be saying that to everyone. I'll be advising people, but because I'm your drummer, I'm in your band, I'm feeding back to you as the band leader. So I feel I can do that. But I won't be doing that with all the bands. Because I'm not in the other groups. You might be playing percussion for one of the groups. So just going back into the tutor role now, what other plans have you got going forward to provide for your other musicians? Are you going to provide any worksheets? Are you going to try and provide a practice schedule? Have you got a practice schedule in your head prepared, roughly? Have you got anything written down?
Yeah, nothing written down.
So we are only in the second week of the rehearsal, well, not even the rehearsals, the TV show brief went out the week before half term, didn't it? We've had a week break since then.
No, we'll probably try and get a schedule together.
Now when you're on level 2, that will be part of the actual brief, is to do that. Yeah, so if you do that, we can still use it as evidence, because that's really great evidence. If you do it formally and write it down. But if you do it informally as well, and you just have it in your own head. So this week I want to do this. The second week I want to move on to not only getting the sheets out, but making sure everybody knows all the chords all the way through and the arrangement. And then week 3 you might want to discuss the dynamics, and then week 4 solid practice, and then week 5 or 6 might be the gig itself. Yeah. So, how do you plan on working collaboratively with the others in the group? So think about the personalities you've got in your group. So apart from me, you've got Shaquille and Jared, haven't you? They're very, very different personalities. Both really, really gifted musicians, but very, very different people. So how do you plan on engaging Shaquille?
It's like sit with them, tell them straight.
That's it, yeah.
As well. Because they are a bit distant sometimes. Like,
Do you plan on using a similar method with Jared?
Yeah.
So you might want to use that. I think that's pretty astute, Jenny. You might want to use different words. So Jared might not respond to the same words as Shaquille, but telling them both straight, I think will probably work, because Jared is really, really able, but he needs a push in the right direction. Shaquille is really, really able, but if you don't put your foot down with him, he might take the mic a little bit. Yeah. That's quite astute. I would probably do the same thing with both of them. Now I'll be in your rehearsals, but I won't be the tutor. I'm the drummer. So I'm not going to be telling you what to do. I'll be observing you and recording you as the tutor. But when I'm actually playing the instrument, I'm listening to you. You're telling me what to do. Yeah. The important thing is as well, ask your band for feedback. Yeah? Don't be like, this is what I want you to do, and that's it. Yeah, you have to put your foot down, but you've got to do it in a way that is not going to offend their egos. You see what musicians are like with their egos, yeah? So it's quite a delicate balance there. But sometimes you will need to do, I had to do it the other week with a performer who wasn't pulling his weight. And it got to the point where I thought, if I'm just nice to him about it, it's not going to help him. So I kind of like had to diplomatically, I had to sort of get under his skin a little bit in the hope that he'll think, bloody hell, I'll show him in the future, you know what I mean? If that makes sense. Whereas a lot of his friends have gone through a similar thing to what I experienced with him, and then just been really nice to him, and just fobbed him off and stayed mates with him. Not that I've fallen out with him by any means, but this particular musician has got loads and loads of ability, but isn't applying himself. So hopefully in 3 or 4 years' time he'll come to thank me like I thank the people who did the same for me when I was that age. And my college tutors took me to one side and said, Tom, you know, you've got a lot of talent, but you need to do this, otherwise your talent's going to count for nothing. I kind of took that on board, and they didn't do it in a way that was nice. They you know, roughed me up a little bit, do you know what I mean? And then they, almost to the point where I went home that night and practiced for 5 hours to wanting to show them the next day, you know, that kind of thing, you know. So, think about how you're going to engage your band, okay? So, moving away from the band leader role for a minute, in terms of your role as the keyboard player in that group, so you've got 2 roles, yeah? How have you made any progress of learning this song? So now when you first printed it out, you struggled to play it, didn't you, because it was in a different key. So now you've gone back and changed the key, and printed it out again, it's going to make it a lot easier for yourself and for the guitarist. So that's really good band leadership. Just going away from that to the keyboard section, how do you feel about the track?
It's alright.
Any chords you're struggling with on that sheet? And the arrangement's pretty simple as well, isn't it? So you're quite happy moving forward then?
Yeah, give it a practice on times. I googled the chords and stuff and written like the separate note things.
Excellent.
I thought I'd do memorize them and stuff.
So it's quite a long song as well, so think about the arrangement. You might want to start off with a really, it starts off with a chorus, so maybe you want to just start off with one chord with the sustain pedal on rather than rhythm, and then build it up into the verse, and then into the chorus again. It's up to you. I'll suggest a few things as the drummer, but I'm the drummer, not the tutor, so I won't be telling you what to do or giving you too much advice. Yeah? So, moving forward, we're going to have a few more of these discussions before and after your rehearsals. I know this is only the second one, and you've not started full rehearsals yet, so I've been suggesting a lot of things, but in the future I'm going to do a lot less talking and try and let you take over the process, yeah? Because if you can get this process right, it'll really help you out in the real world, yeah? Because this is going to be work experience, yeah? Got any comments or questions? Feeling pretty happy with the process? And you think you'll be able to rehearse pretty soon, yeah?
Yeah, Thursday if everyone's in.
But don't wait for them. Yeah, you've got half the band in right now in this room. Yeah? And you can sing as well, so even if you can't, even if this isn't in the right key for your voice, you can still sing over the top of what you're doing, just for the purposes of the rehearsal. So me and you can still get tight and discuss arrangement ideas and stuff like that, yeah? Okay? That's everything, yeah? Well done. Thank you.